Frenchie and I'm one of the partners in the garage, so basically run the show. Just gone through our year birthday, so we began in April last year, 2012. It's changed since. We've got a nice new sound system in there, some lights, air conditioning, loads of new decor and loads of good new nights, including 720. When we first set out, one of our goals was to win the DJ Mag Club Awards, but we thought, you know, maybe 2014, something like that. We didn't think we'd get it in 9 months, so yeah, still can't quite believe that one. But yeah, it was a really nice surprise, man. It's nice to see hard work rewarded. So. We're really proud of all our nights. Yeah, I think they're all kind of strong in an individual way. Obviously, having Basics here, longest running house night in the world. That's quite a good one. And for myself, I've kind of been schooled at Basics, and so since I was 15. So it's really good to have your favourite club, you know, in your own favourite night in your own club, kind of thing. But yeah, I think each night in a row, we're really careful about how we pick the nights, and we're not one of those we won't put on a night on for the money. It's got to have the right ethos and the right. Everything's got to be good musically, kind of thing. So yeah, I think all our nights in their own separate ways really stand out. We're really pleased. They've all been doing really well. So yeah, obviously your 720 nights predominantly student. You've got sort of Basics, which draws kind of a mixed crowd. Depends. Yeah, your Fridays and Saturdays will always get a bit more of a mixed crowd. Weekday nights, you're only ever going to get students or people with no jobs, basically. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. A bit of a mishmash is good for me, really. I think with the installs every Saturday, and pretty much most people who we've asked to come down and play those gigs, there's no way they'd just come and play if it was a bar. You know, they're just really supporting the record store and keeping vinyl alive. Yeah, as are we. Yeah, I think it's worked great, really, and I think it's just got that. It's just very novel, isn't it? And you can come in and see. It's kind of like we like to think it's kind of like a glorified bedroom party kind of thing. So a little bit of a house party vibe in it, but with a bar. I mean, we don't want to do too much to the main room, really, but we constantly want to keep tweaking it and changing it. I mean, next time you're in here, you're going to see some new wallpaper across here, which is all basically all Roland samplers and synths, similar vibe to the piano one, but I think that'll look really cool. In the main room, we'd love to add a bit to the sound system and stuff. Want to get quite a bit of new kit. We've got plans for the cloakroom area. We're going to get a couple of artists in there, Lauren Baker and Dicko, to do kind of a Gaudi style entrance there, which will look really cool. Mostly kind of cosmetic stuff as well. It's kind of you know, as we build up and, you know, hopefully get a bit more money to spend on it, we'll just keep adding. At the moment, we're just kind of putting everything back into the club. Saying today, I've had Friday and Saturday off this week, and you know, which is only 2 days, but I kind of came back in Wednesday. I was like, oh God, I really miss this place. Which yeah, and I'm really grateful for it every day. It's really novel. You know, I've done your crappy day jobs and stuff like that, and I think it was 5 years ago now. I thought I'll give it a shot full time with the DJing and the music, and you know, fortunately it's paid off. But yeah, I think most days when I'm sat in there, I think, oh, thank God I'm not in that office anymore. So yeah, very grateful of it. But I think it's also just it inspires you to just keep on sort of working harder, really, just the threat of going back to the day job.
Hi, I'm McMahon. I run 720 and I'm a student at Leeds University. This all just came about through myself and a group of friends just wanting to put on a new type of genre of house and bring it to the city, and we thought that we'd start this in, you know, we started this as a house party, just kind of get the brand out there. We got the name out there, 720, and just kind of advertised it everywhere. Got a Facebook page going, got exposure and anticipation going, and then we moved on to a boat party in May, a few months later. And we sold that out, did really well. It was literally just all a big group of friends having a good party. And yeah, then we moved on to our first event in October 2012, and we sold it out that night out with Moonboots. And ever since then, it's just risen. I'd say the bookings that we're making are quite new and different. I mean, we've done about 6 or 7 Leeds debuts this year. You know, it's bringing something new to this city that they haven't seen before. I mean, it's all good said and done, like nights booking the same act over and over again, and you know, you're just going to get the same people. But people might not be listening to that music at the time. They want to feel something new. They definitely want to see something new. So I think us putting on new acts has definitely drawn, you know, a wider crowd to the night. And with it just not being about deep house, it was more about the tropical and disco styles of music. I think it's attracted a lot of people to come to the night. And I think we've attracted the right crowds due to the bookings that are being made and to the hard work everyone's putting in. I mean, we're promoting this, you know, every hour, every day on Facebook, for all the social media sites, and we're just getting the name out there, and people are just latching onto it. They've seen our name everywhere, and they're saying, yeah, let's try this night out. And I think when they have come to the night, they've had a good time, and this is just continually getting them to come back to the next one. Biggest event so far was definitely on March the 6th. We headlined 5 artists, which were Claptone, Karma Kid, Voices of Black, who are from America, Monitor 66 from Sweden, and Applebottom, a young 17-year-old producer. And that was all on a Wednesday night, and that's not really something that you would see 5 main headliners all on a Wednesday night. I mean, you normally have to branch out to a Saturday night, and you have to go to places like Canal Mills or Mid Warehouse to actually facilitate that many people to come down. But what we did that night, we opened up the garage over 2 floors. So we doubled our capacity and kind of wanted to oversell the night to drag as many people as we could in and just see how it all went. And we actually oversold 2 floors in the end, so it worked out just great. Every time the venue has been like, the venue has actually been the one for us. I mean, the bookings have been there on one hand, but without this venue we wouldn't be where we are now. This venue has kind of like grown us as a night, and we've grown to this venue, and it's our home now, and it's something that we always have to adhere to. Right? This is our place. Stand-up performance. It's a hard one really between our first night and Duke Dumont. Standout set for me has got to be Isaac for sure, on the French Express label. He was warming up actually for Duke Dumont that night, and the stuff he was playing that night was absolutely ridiculous. He was playing such a diverse like the music, going from disco into deep house, and like even hitting heights of, you know, 1980s deep house. So going really old school, kind of like a Kerry Chandler vibe at times, and just that really seemed to stand out to me. This city's nightlife is easily the best outside of London. I mean, the names that Leeds is attracting week in, week out is just incredible. I mean, say for instance, in a typical Leeds week, you'll have on a Tuesday you'll have Bigger Than Barry, a big night. Wednesday, Set 120 over Flux. A Thursday, Technicolor, and a Saturday there's an endless night to put on a range of artists, and you know, they're really on the top of the range, and it really is a place to be outside of London. We've seen a lot more of us next year, not just on a monthly basis, and not only just on a Wednesday night, and maybe just not in Leeds. You'll be seeing us all over the place, hopefully. So fingers crossed. With Infest on the 21st September. After that, the world's our oyster, just see how far we can go. There's no way that I expected it to be this big, or any of us expected it this big. And it's quite humbling to see it getting this big, and we're happy with how it's going, and hopefully it can get better and better. So I think you will be seeing a lot more from us next year, and hopefully we can just keep it going. But anyway, thanks for catching up with us guys. Our next show is on the 1st of May with Pillow Talk, Crystal Clear, Satin Jackets, Bodie and McMahon.